You are now watching a wal-mart 37 production.
I miss stealing from Walmart. Before I begin, I'm going to give a little bit of a backstory. Around the age of 15, my life as a kid essentially ended. Both of my parents gave up, and I was forced to fend for myself. I no longer had time to focus on anything other than school, work, and getting out of the terrible situation I was in. I miss stealing from Walmart.
Steal from Walmart.
Before this, I at least had some sense of a childhood. A very poor one, but this was made up for by shoplifting.
Shoplifting spree during a shoplifting attempt.
What looks like him stealing from Walmart, but
Accused of shoplifting.
shoplifting at a local Walmart. Shoplifters
Tuesday for the biggest theft case he has ever handled.
Over $230,000.
Introduced to shoplifting around the age of 12. I was hanging out with some friends, and the store had a very nice Adidas hat that we wanted. We ripped the tags off, put them on, and walked out of the cart corral to avoid the door sensors. I was extremely scared, but also excited that I now had the Adidas hat. I later learned that avoiding the sensors was pointless because the sensors can't read barcodes. They can only read special tags that will have some sort of metal on them, or the wire thing that they put around, like the Xbox controllers. Very expensive shit, typically. Anyhow, or sometimes they can have a little piece of metal in them, or some shit like in the actual package that it somehow deactivates when they scan it. I don't know how it works, but a speaker had it in at one time and it confused the fuck out of us. Anyhow, this initial crime sparked a summer-long obsession. I initially only stole from Myers. There was a corner of the store that had no cameras, and I never got caught. I believed at the time this was due to a lack of cameras, but more likely they just didn't want to deal with calling the police. They didn't have loss prevention, or they were just terrible at their job. They sucked ass because we stole, or me only, I stole thousands of dollars of product from this exact Myers in a joking way. I didn't do this. This is all satirical. At this time, I primarily stole from Myers. I thought Walmart was going to be hard to steal from. Anyways, after the first couple of days of pillaging Myers, I mean fucking pillaging. I mean, I was like a fucking Viking in the 13th century. I was coming to the land, taking all the gold, fucking leaving, coming back the next day to steal, whatever gold they put out next. After this, I decided to test my luck with gas stations, pharmacies, and Kroger. I was not stealing Xanax or WAC. Surprisingly, I never got into drugs, despite running this criminal operation. But I was stealing cosmetics, fucking deodorant, shit like that. That's what I was stealing from the pharmacies, in a joking way. I had a weird obsession with stealing from Kroger. Their selection was terrible, but I must have stolen at least $1,000 to $2,000 worth of product from them. This was mostly electronics, the few they had. Food and hygiene products. One time, I got one of those vibrating toothbrushes, and I was happy as could be. As stupid as that sounds. This was the first time in my life I could almost have anything I wanted, and I took full advantage of this. After doing small-time jobs, I decided to finally go for the big score at the end of the summer. Right before school started, a department store. This department store carried Nike, Vans, Adidas, and all the other brands I cared about at the time. Now, at the time, I was a bit of a fuckboy. I only wore, what everybody else was wearing. I was a bit of a dick rider, in some senses. Now, I look like a homeless person, and I'm very happy about that. I entered with all the confidence in the world, because about a week before I had taken a small amount from here in preparation for the big job. I took some Nike socks. So with my confidence came arrogance. I believed I could take however much I wanted and walk right out. So I loaded up, put everything I wanted on, and walked out the front door. I had done it. Now I used to, during this operation that didn't happen, so I decided to put the clothes on in the bathroom and then try to walk out with a completely different outfit. Well, this place, this department store, had loss prevention. Unlike all the other stores I'd stolen from, and they were doing their job. They knew that the old outfit switch was kind of suspicious. But there was a lady and a man waiting for me to cross the line of the door. You can guess the rest. I was given house arrest, community service, and a couple of months of probation. I couldn't have been more thankful for this outcome. I was shitting my pants at the idea of juvie, juvenile detention center, jail for kids. I was scared. This actually scared me. So for the next 2 years, I entirely stopped doing stupid shit and was distancing from bad influences. I then met a girl. We decided to have unprotected sex. I needed a pregnancy test, and I had no money. We walked to the store. I was confident it was going to be an in and out type of thing. But I was as nervous, if not more, than the first time I had ever stolen. After a lot of contemplating, we walked out, and I had stole again. This sparked another summer of stealing. I was relapsing. I felt free. I then went to war with retail conglomerates, and I was winning. I stole more than I had ever before, and a majority of it was from Walmart. My prior beliefs that Walmart was hard to steal from evaporated after I did a couple of probes. After these trials, I lived and breathed stealing from Walmart. I would wake up and have one goal: stealing from Walmart. Anything I wanted, I stole. Walmart wasn't stopping me. This went on for the whole summer. I was free and not held down by anything. We then moved away from the city after this summer of pillaging Walmart, and Walmart or any other store was no longer accessible. So my theft concluded for the second time, probably for the better. I then entered the phase of my life I described at the beginning, and now I'm a young adult. I've realized I don't miss stealing from Walmart. I miss the freedom of being a teenager with no responsibilities and having a direction in life.
Look me in my eyes, what do you see? Am I a man that you would want to be? Your face has told me.
This direction was entirely based upon stealing from Walmart, but at least it was something. As we grow, we get all these responsibilities and things to worry about thrown in our face. I want to go back to just stealing from Walmart.